Good morning, good afternoon, guys. How are you? I hope everything goes well. For our today's session, we're going to work with the first module of our course, which is advanced. So here, my name is Angela Garzón, and I'm going to explain you the different topics and the rules for this course. Okay? I hope that you are having a great time right there, going abroad, traveling, knowing another culture. So here we're going to start. For today's session, we have the following aspects. The first one is the course introduction, course rules and procedures, the course timetable, Module 1 content, the grammar review for Module 1, the upcoming assignments, the video class summary, and final comments. If you have any questions, don't forget to contact me so you can write a message through the Hangout, or if you have any question and you are not available for today, like to participate in this video class, so you can send me your request or your question. So here we have the following themes. For our course introduction, we have this course divided in three modules. Buenos días, queridos estudiantes. Les quiero dar la bienvenida a nuestro primer módulo de inglés. Espero que ustedes estén teniendo un muy buen tiempo en la experiencia que en ese momento están experimentando. Recordemos que para este curso nosotros tenemos tres módulos. It's very similar to the presential course in terms of there are three terms, but in this one we call in a different way. So as you can see, for example, for the module 1 we have 2 weeks. For the module 2 and 3 there are 3 weeks. So here we have the following information. In this plan, as you can see, we have for Module 1 the advertising, retelling experiences, and quiz Module 1. For Module 2, we have how things work, describing a process, and quiz Module 2. And for the third one, we had a job offer, applying for a job, and final exam. So recordemos que para cada uno de estos módulos tenemos tres actividades. La primera de ellas es un taller. There are different kind of questions, so you're going to see the different kind of exercises you are required to do. The second part is referring to a forum. So the idea is that you are going to create a video or something like that, and later you're going to reply one of your partner's videos according to maybe some specific questions. And later we have a quiz for each of the models. The final exam, well, as you can see right here, is the activity that has like the most or the highest percentage of all of them. So according to the class rules and procedures, it's important to take into account this information. If you have any question and you really want to call me, so you can do it. I'm going to be available from Mondays to Fridays from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. and on Saturdays from 7 in the morning to 11. All right. So other kind or you can contact me is using the Canvas platform by the forum, the chat, or email. All right. Our phone number is 546-0600 extension 1212. All right. So here we have this open and effective communication. So you can use whatever that you want. It's okay. It's up to you. For number 2, we have check materials and instructions. All right. So we have different kind of materials in Canvas. One of these is referring to the PDFs for each model. These PDFs have like different information according to the content of the module, some exercises and some complementary exercises as well. So the idea is that you can read all of these tasks and later you can practice by doing some of those exercises. So here, as your teacher for help and guidance, if it is not possible for you to download the PDF or if you have any problem at the moment, you're going to read this information. The third part is related to the assignments. Remember that you are you are going to present some activities which are open from any day to Sunday. So check submission days in the course calendar, right? It's important that you like every single week you're very aware of the different deadlines we have. Only valid excuses will be accepted in a timely manner. If you want to hand out like a homework in an extra limit time, it's important that you have an excuse. Sorry, in this way I'm going to be available to activate it again. All right, so here we have our external tools and sources. It's important to not use translators, right? We recommend to use www.wordreference.com. This one is a simple page where you can use other pages that you already knew. The most important thing is don't translate literally because you know that English is another kind of language. So it's required that you start writing by your own, right? Good. We have follow the upper references formats and etiquette at all times. For those formats, you can find right there when you click on modules, which is on the left part of the page. Later, you're going to see a part which is called about reference formats and etiquette. So you can read this article and just put it to practice. All right, so here we have our course timetable. As you can see in here, so this one is our first video class. Later we have three kind of activities, as I was telling you before. So for the workshop advertising, it's going to be available from the August the 7th until August the 20th. Later we have the further retelling experiences. In this one, it's going to be available from the August the 21st until September the 3rd. Later we have the exam, the quiz. It opens, let's see, on September the 2nd until September the 7th. All right, it's important to take into account those deadlines in order to accomplish with the objectives of each of those tasks. All right, let's continue. Model word count. The competences for this module are the following ones. So use phrasal person and idiomatic expressions in order to describe a personal experience by making a presentation. And the second one retells stories of classmates by using reported speech in order to make a written report. So there are like two important topics in here, as you can see. Idiomatic expressions, phrasal verbs, yes, but also we are going to work with reported speech because this one is going to be the main topic to cover like this content. For the grammar topics, we have present past and modal verbs in reporting the speech, inverted questions, cleft sentences, gerunds versus infinitives, definite and indefinite articles, and phrasal verbs and idiomatic expressions. All of those topics are the ones that we are going to work with. All right. So if you have any questions, don't forget right now to write a message for me so you can do it. Okay, I don't see that any one of you is connected, so we are going to continue with this video class. Okay, what is reported speech? Ok, cuando estamos hablando de un discurso que es reportado, ¿a qué hacemos referencia? What do you refer to? What do you think this topic is referring to? So reported speech is when you retell information to another person that was initially told to you by someone else, right? So person one, person two, and three. For example, it's pretty common that when you don't come to a class, you ask one of your partners, one of your friends, and they are going to tell you the information that the teacher said before. So in this kind of situation, we're using reported speech because we are saying or retelling the information that another person said previously. So, in this part, John said, Andrea, did you hear? Diego told me that. En este caso estamos refiriéndonos a que Diego nos dijo cierta información. Diego me dijo que estamos parafraseando. You know that, for example, when you are making an informal test, yes, so you can use paraphrasing or in a formal test. Well, it's up to you, but sometimes when we are making some academic tests, it is important to use both direct speech and reported speech. When we really want to say exactly the same words that another person used before, so you can use direct speech. On the other hand, we can use reported speech. So we can share some information about what a person, what an author said, what a director said, yes, what a newspapers article said. In everyday conversation, sometimes we use it, or when we are gossip about any topic. All right, so here we have reported speech. I like Peter, she said she liked you. All right, so we can see right here there are like some differences with the use of direct speech and reported speech. All right, why? Can you tell me why? Because in direct speech, we have to use the quotation marks. Use the same words of a speaker using quotation marks. All right. Siempre que nosotros estamos utilizando o haciendo uso del direct speech, tenemos que utilizar las comillas, debido a que este tipo de enunciado lo estamos mencionando de la misma manera como el autor o el emisor inicial lo mencionó, tanto en un texto escrito como en un discurso oral. El reported speech is more later to mention or to say what a person said before using another words. That's why, like for example, when you are listening to someone's conversation, like in this image, you can see that she said, I like Peter. So in this part, she is using direct speech. Or this person is reporting or is retelling to him what she said. So she said she liked you, all right? En este caso vemos que el verbo está presente y aquí el verbo está presente. So we have to change the subject because you're mentioning what she said before, and also like the information is referring to like a previous idea. That's why this part is in past. How to make reported speech? Okay, aspects to consider. Number one, tense change. When converting direct speech to reported speech, we change the tense of the verb. Direct speech and reported speech. Okay, very important to take into account. So, if we are making a sentence in present, sorry, so we are going to change into simple past. If we had a sentence in present perfect, we're going to modify or transform into past perfect, and so on. And is changed by was or were, has, have participle, in the case of present perfect, had and past participle, so past perfect, worked regular verb in present, worked regular verb in past, right? Go, irregular verb in present, went, irregular verb in past. So here there is work is a mistake because it is not with ed. Okay, let's see some examples so we can maybe clarify a little bit more like this explanation. In present simple, we have it is cold. In past simple, she said that it was cold. As you can see right here, we're going to focus on the words which are in blue. We have in blue verb to be in present, verb to be in past. Present continuous, past continuous, present perfect, past perfect. I'm teaching English online. Ah, she said that she was teaching English online. I had visited different countries. Oh, she said that she had visited different countries. You can see right here, yeah, those are the main verbs in direct speech, different ones per reported speech. Let's continue. Past simple, past perfect. When we have past continuous, we're going to transfer those sentences into past perfect continuous. And when we have a sentence in past perfect, we change by past perfect. Okay? So there is any change? No, not at all. We are just going to keep in the same way. It was easy to understand. Oh, she said that it had been easy to understand. In past continuous, I was working yesterday night. She said that she had been working yesterday night. I hadn't traveled there before. Oh, she said that she hadn't traveled there before. All right, good, perfect. So according to it, you can see the different uses the day before. For example, in this part, we can change by the day before because you're referring to yesterday. It's important to me, like a little bit a change in this sentence as well. Okay, how to make reported speech? Aspects to consider. Number two, personal pronouns. When converting data speech to reported speech, we change these elements according to the context. Entonces, recordemos, algo muy importante para tener en cuenta es cuando nosotros queremos hacer o convertir una oración que está que está dicha en un momento específico y la queremos reportar, tenemos que tener en cuenta ciertos elementos para también hacer algunas modificaciones. So in the case that we have I, you, he, she, it, we, and they, we're going to, those are the personal pronouns, we're going to use the object pronouns right here, just to let like a person know about who was the person, like the original person that said this message before or previously. He told me that he was sick. She said to her that she was not admitted. In this part, you know that you are talking about a woman and here a man, right? We told him that she had been busy. She said to them that she had been working all night long. And you told us that she was working at night. Recordemos y vemos acá una similitud, es que todos estos tiempos, en este caso a nivel gramatical, están en pasado. Yes. And here there is a past simple, past perfect, and past continuous. It is a main characteristic for reported speech. So later we have the aspects to consider time and place words. So when converting the speech to reported speech, we change these elements according to the context. When we have a sentence in the speech that has noun, we're going to change by then. Today, that day. This week, that week. Tomorrow, the next day. Yesterday, the day before. And last week, the week before. Entonces recordemos siempre que si tenemos esas palabras dentro de los enunciados originales en el dated speech, vamos a modificarlos por estas dentro del reported speech. So place here, there, this, that, this, those. Person A, we will meet here tomorrow. Okay. Oh, they said that we will meet there the next day. So in this part, you can see the difference between the person who is talking or, yeah, first of all, and the person who is reporting this sentence. Okay, how to report simple questions, yes, no, with reported speech. So if you can see those three pictures, there are some specific sentences. In this one, they are using present, in this one as well, and in this one, present perfect. According to the previous explanation, the idea is to modify, to transform those sentences into a reported speech. So the dog, are you okay? Okay. The dog asked me if I was okay. He asked me if I wanted to play a game. She asked me if I had been in love, right? So those are the original ones, and those are the reported sentences. Later we have how to report WH questions with reported speech. So we report WH questions using what, using where, when, why, how, who, and so on, like as a connector. So in this case, never use auxiliaries like do, like does when reporting, and never use the question mark when reported. So why? Because we're not mentioning what another person said in the original way. Yes, we are just reporting. So that is one of the most important reasons. And also because you are just telling someone some information. If you are asking for like some specific details or something like that, you have to ask this person using direct speech, which is like the other kind of tests we have. Let's practice reporting WH questions. How are you? Fine, thank you. Right. En este caso, entonces vamos a enfocarnos como tal en este tipo de diálogo, teniendo en cuenta que, como lo mencionamos anteriormente, estas WH questions hacen referencia, las vamos a utilizar como conectores dentro del reporte de speech y no como vienen en la forma base, de generalmente las utilizamos para las preguntas. So, she asked me how I was. She asked me where it was from. She asked me where my name was. And she asked me how much it had cost. All right. Embedded questions. When we want to emphasize some clarifying information, we use a question that goes into another sentence, right? So I cannot remember where I left my keys. I don't know where your keys are. When we want to emphasize or clarify some information, this one is another topic that is included for this first term. So the idea, according to that, is to know in what situations we can use them. So when we have the grammar structure, the subject plus verb plus the verb in question, we are going to see the following examples, right? Later we have the cleft sentences. What is the use of them? We divide the sentences into two parts to emphasize that we want to say in a stronger manner. So the grammar structure for this part is it, verb to be, plus subject, plus object, plus that or who, and relative clause. Yes, I need two tickets, please. It was my dad who bought the tickets. Clause 1, it was my dad. The clef indicator is who. And the clause 2, bought the tickets. Entonces, como podemos ver, ese who que está haciendo es haciendo parte como tal del linking que tenemos para este tipo de enunciado. Gerunds and infinitives. All right. So here we have the following things. Gerunds. When do you use gerunds? Maybe you already knew this information and the differences between those topics. This one is just like a revision about. So for gerunds, those are nouns that may reference an activity using the verb with ing for at the end. And for the infinitives, verbs are used to express the purpose of something. So, drinking water is good for your health, right? In this case, this drinking, like the connotation of it is like being a noun, right? And she's here to learn English. Yes, we're mentioning that she has a purpose of doing something, right? She is in the university or in the school to learn something specific from some area. Definite and indefinite articles. All right. We know that we have the use of and the. And this definite article is used before a noun that starts with a vowel sound, right? So for example, when you are mentioning like a general item or when the speaker refers to something that is a noun, Is just using before a noun that starts with a consonant sound, right? As well. This definite article is used before a noun that starts with a consonant or a vowel sound. The difference, according to it, is we have the indefinite articles, both of them, and the definite article. If you already knew what thing or who you are talking about, yes, you can use the because you already mentioned that part before. But if not, if we're just mentioning like something in a particular way or in singular, we're going to use an or a. Those phrasal verbs are just some examples you can take into account. Blown away, my heart was in my mouth. It was a blast and overwhelmed. As you can see right there, maybe you can see the use of them when you are watching a movie, when you are making an informal conversation with someone. In the like speaking, it's very common to use some, right? By writing, yes. If we're writing like an informal text, it's pretty common as well. So here we have those examples. I'm going to read just two of them. When I was in the stadium, I was very excited of watching one of the favorite soccer teams. Definitely, I could say it was a blast. Okay, you are just talking about an experience that you had before. In this part, as you can say that this kind of phrasal verb is referring to like something that encouraged you to do something. Yes, it was you were excited about having that experience. Overwhelming. Today it was a busy day. It was an overwhelming journey. Okay, so you can infer what kind of thing you are talking about. Good. All right. We have the upcoming assignments. Those are the ones that I mentioned before. So here I really want to show you what you have to do. Okay, so here I'm going to go to the course. Okay, you're going to click on modules. This one is the best way to try to explore the different materials we have in this part. If you want to see those videos, you're welcome to do it. The idea in the introduction and socialization forum is that you make a brief description about yourself, so according to your academic profile, your interests, all the things that you really want to tell us, so you're welcome to do it. Here we have our class plan, the competencies of this course, activities schedule. So it's important to check it out once in a while. We have the learning materials, so the PDF that I mentioned before, according to the most important content and some exercises and complementary exercises as well. We have the grammar and vocabulary word in which you are going to find different infographics which contain some important information content and some examples related to the grammar explanation. Okay, when you go back here, you are going to see the references, the video class in this for advertising workshop. It's our first activity for this model. The idea in this one is that you use phrasal verbs and idiom expressions and you tend to describe a personal experience by making a presentation. Also retells stories of classes by using reported speech in order to make a written report. I'm going to show you one exercise. You can see an example. Okay, the question number 1 is the following. You're going to fill in the gaps according to the listening. So here, as you can see right there are two words. The same is in here and in all of them. How many questions you have for this workshop? 10 questions. When you go back, you're going to see the second activity, which is a forum. Retelling experiences. It's going to be available until September the 3rd. We have the part 1 and part 2. Okay. For the part 1, you choose one topic from the box below, right? Topics for the activity. So the idea is that you're going to choose just only one. It could be a shopping experience, pieces of news, innovative products, and social issues. The idea is to design an oral presentation using the app VoiceThread based on the topic you chose before, right? So the different steps that you have to bear in mind are the following. Once you choose the topic, you're going to look for some information related to the content selected so you can find relevant information on the UNB library database. So find phrasal verbs and find idiomatic expressions. You can use the learning material and complementary material from the module. Later, you're going to prepare your speech. You will include the simple present and simple past, right? Record your presentation in VoiceThread, and you also include images, text, and audio. Here is an example. You can click on there and you can see what I'm talking about. Later, you're going to post your video to the forum. Remember to do it before the deadline so your classmates will be able to prepare the second part of the assignment too. For the part 2, watch the videos posted by your classmates in the forum. Choose one video from your classmates, and finally, you're going to write 5 sentences about the chosen video, reporting what your classmates said in the video. So we had an example with data the speech and reported the speech. So we're going to use this like an example, like a guide to start working yourself. Okay, those are the aspects that are important to consider in order to do your work based on like those things. I'm going to check and grade your work. So that's all for today's session. I hope that you have a great afternoon. If you have any questions, don't forget to contact me. Have a great day today. Bye bye. See you later.